Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 Milwaukee Braves baseball here today. It's September 9th, and we got the Pittsburgh Pirates traveling to Milwaukee to take on the Braves. Starting lineup for the visiting Pirates is leading off playing center field, Bill Vernon. Batting second playing shortstop is Dick Grote. Batting third playing left field is Bob Skinner. Batting fourth playing first base is Dick Stewart. Batting fifth playing right field is Roberto Clemente. Batting sixth doing the catching Smokey Burgess. Batting seventh and playing third base is Don Hook. Batting eighth playing second base is Bill Mazeroski. And batting ninth on the mound is Earl Francis. Take a look at the starting lineup for the hometown Milwaukee Braves. Leading off playing right field's Lee May. Batting second playing shortstop's Roy McMillan. Batting third playing third is Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth playing center field's Hank Aaron. Batting fifth playing first base is Joe Hadcock. Batting sixth playing left field's Frank Thomas. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Joe Torre. Batting eighth playing second base is Felix Montelia. Batting ninth and doing the pitching there's Carl Wiley. Let's get down here to County Stadium and get this game started. This is Carl's 19th start of the year. He's got a 3.94 ERA. He's 13-5, and he's got 3 complete games. First batter he'll be facing is Bill Vernon, batting .240. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice way to start this game if you're the Braves, with a leadoff strikeout. That'll take us now to Mr. Dick Grote. And Grote's batting .236 with 9 home runs, 47 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one off of Carl, and he drives that ball into the gap in right field. He's got a 1-out double. So you got a runner in scoring position now. That'll bring up Mr. Bob Skinner. And Bob's batting .296 on the year, 3 home runs and 34 RBIs. And he drives that ball into right field. And the Grote's going to stop at third. We got runners on the corner with 1 out. That'll bring up Dick Stewart. Braves are looking to get a ground ball and get out of this. Stewart's batting .300, 32 RBIs, 32 home runs, 97 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Only play for Matthews is over the first. A run will score, but that makes 2 outs. And that'll bring up Clemente. They're going to intentionally walk Clemente with Skinner down at second. They're not going to let Clemente drive in that run from second. So that's an intentional walk. Now we got first and second with Smokey Burgess up. Smokey's batting .310, 12 home runs, 54 RBIs. Let's see if that intentional walk paid off. And it did, because that's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. He's going to throw over to first, and that'll end the inning. But the Pirates score 1. We get to the bottom of the first. Pirates 1. May, McMillan, and Matthews. The 3 M's are up. You got Earl Francis on the mound making his 13th start of the year. He's got a 5.72 ERA. He's 2-7. He's got 3 complete games on the year. He'll be facing Lee May batting .242 with 15 home runs, 36 RBIs. That's going to be a base on balls. Not the way you want to start this if you're the Pirates. Get a 1-run lead and walk the leadoff batter. Brings up Roy McMillan now. Mac's only hitting .209 with 8 home runs, 51 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente. That'll be out number 1. And that'll bring up Mr. Matthews. And he's batting a nice 308, 34 home runs, 110 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Lee May will stop at second. We got first and second now for Hank Aaron. Can Mr. Aaron do something here, folks, with the runners in scoring position, a runner in scoring position? Batting 298, like to get up over 300. It's been hovering right there most of the year, batting with 29 home runs, 102 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And they're going to go around the horn, folks. And that's going to end the inning. 5-4-3 double play. Not what the Braves thought Aaron would do. Braves leave 1-on. We go to the top of the second. It's still 1-0 Pittsburgh. You got Houck, Mazeroski, and Francis due up. And Don's 266 average, 19 home runs, and 66 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. Fires across the diamond for out number 1. Brings up Bill Mazeroski now. And he's only hitting 217. Not a good year for Maz. 5 home runs, 37 RBIs. And that's going to be popped up behind home plate. Joe Torre got the mask off, makes the catch. And 2 up and 2 down. That brings up Earl Francis. Only hitting .034 on the year, folks. He's 1 for 29. He does have an RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Pirates go down in order. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Adcock, Thomas, and Torrey due up. Joe's hitting 280 on the year, 33 home runs, 106 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. So Joe starts the second inning off with a single. That'll bring up the other Joe. That'll bring up Frank Thomas, not Joe Torre. Frank Thomas batting 270, 26 home runs, 78 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly out the right field. Nice catch out there by Clemente, robbing Thomas of a base hit. Now bring up Joe Torre. And Joe's having a disappointing year, hitting 242, 7 home runs, 35 RBIs. And that's going to be a comebacker to the mound. He'll fire over to first. And that'll end the inning. And again, the Braves leave 1-on. We go to the top of the third. Top of the order due up for the Pirates. Vernon, Grote, and Skinner. Oh, I'm sorry, that's only 2 outs. Sorry about that. Felix Montelia's up batting 159. Threw that up, and that'll end the inning. That's a ground ball down to Grote. He fires over the first. Wait a second, then. If there's any, go back. That probably was going to be a double play, wasn't it? Let's see here. That would have been a put out the second since there was only 2 outs, 1 out. Well, let's redo that. Won't have a runner down at second. So that'll be a comebacker to the mound. But he'll go down the second for the out. And then the ground ball down to Grote. And that'll end the inning. Sorry about that. And that ends the inning. Now we got Vernon, Grote, and Skinner due up. And Bill's 0 for 1, struck out the first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Frank Thomas for out number 2. Out number 1. Man, I'm messing this all up. Head into this. Here comes Dick Grote. He doubled his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And now that makes 2 outs. So 2 up and 2 down, 2 fly balls, 2 outs. Brings up Bob Skinner. Skinner singled his first time up. And he's going to get a hold of this one again off of Carl. And he's got Carl figured out today. That's going to be a double in the right field. 2-out double. And that'll bring up Mr. Dick Stewart. Skinner down at second. Stewart's up. He got a ground ball RBI his first time up. And that's going to be a base on now. Mine. Runner picked off second. No. What is it here? Skinner steals third and goes home on a error by Torrey. Ain't that something? And the Pirates take a 2-0 lead, folks. See if that scores Skinner from second here. No, it didn't. Let's see here. Redo this. Let's see here. Alrighty. So it's going to be a stolen base. E2. And that should score Skinner. And now it's what the? Let's try this one last time here. It's a stolen base. And there we go. So now there's nobody on. 2 outs. 2-0 Pirates. Sorry that took so long, folks. And now we got Stewart with a 0-1 count on him. And that's going to be a ground ball. Now that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Carl comes back, gets the strikeout. And that'll end the inning, but the throwing error cost the Braves a run. And it's 2-0 Pittsburgh as we go to the bottom of the third. We got Carl, Lee May, and Roy McMillan due up here. Hey, Tim D. And Carl is 0.78 batting average with 2 RBIs. He's 4 for 51 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Stewart's going to take it himself, touch the bag for out number 1. That brings up Lee May now. And Lee, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be popped up behind home plate. Smokey's got it. 2 up and 2 down for the Braves. That brings up Mack. See if McMillan can get a 2-out rally started here. He flew out the Clemente his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Vernon in center field. The Braves go down 1, 2, 3. And we go to the top of the fourth. Clemente, Burgess, and Hoke due up. And we intentionally walked Clemente his first time up. Batting .368 on the year with 19 home runs and 86 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Clemente keeps the hitting going, folks. He's standing down at first with nobody out for Smokey Burgess. Pirates already up 2-0. Smokey grounded out the pitcher's first time up. And that's going to be a wild pitch. And Carl Wiley not helping his own self out very much. That gets Clemente in scoring position with a 1-0 pitch to Smokey. Here's the pitch to Smokey. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Yeah, it's going to be a swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Carl. Needed that. His fourth strikeout of the game. Here comes Don Hoke. Hoke grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Carl's all of a sudden dealing now, folks, since that wild pitch brings up Mazeroski. He popped up to the catcher's first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Frank Thomas makes the catch. So the base hit and the wild pitch doesn't cost the Braves. It's still 2-0. Go to the bottom of the fourth. We got Matthews, Aaron, and Adcock. Eddie's 1 for 1 today. Single. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike one. And he gets him swinging a miss, strike three. So Matthew goes down on strikes, brings up Hank Aaron. And Aaron, he grounded into a double play his first time up. Not this time, folks. He gets a hold of this one. He drives that ball into the gap in right field. Bounces off the wall, just short of being a home run. Hank with a 1-out double. The Braves getting him in here and cut this lead in half. Here comes Joe Adcock. He singled his first time up. And not this time. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Aaron's going to stay put. So now 2 outs with Hank still at second for Frank Thomas. Can Frank come up with a 2-out base hit here? He was supposed to hold. Now what's going on? Having a heck of a day with these commands, like I just started playing this game. Ground ball down the third. And he should hold. See if I punched it in correctly this time. Yes, it did. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that's going to be a ground ball pop-up down the short. Now to win the inning. Again, the Braves lead 1-on. Go to the top of the fifth. You got Francis, and then the top of the order, and Vernon and Grote. Earl struck out his first time up. And he's going to strike out again. And that's the 6th strikeout by Carl. He's starting to wheel and deal here, folks. Brings up Bill Vernon. He struck out his first time up and then flew out the left. And that's going to be another fly ball out the left field. 2 up and 2 down. Brings up the Grote. And Dick Grote is 1 for 2 with a double and flew out the center. Came around to score the first run of the game, but that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. Pirates go down in order. We go to the 5th. Pirates still leading by 2. Torrey, Montelia, and Wiley up. So Joe reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. That's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente. Can of corn. 1 up, 1 down. Here comes the cat. See if reflexes here pay off. And he gets himself one. He reached on the fielder's choice his first time up. That's going to be a ground ball down to Mazeroski. Over to Stewart. 2 up and 2 down. It's all up to Carl to keep this inning alive here. And he grounded out the first his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the inning, folks. We go to the 6th. Skinner, Stewart, and Clemente due up here in the 6th. And Skinner's having a heck of a game. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double, and he stole a base and came around to score on the air. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. Fires over to get him. Here comes Stewart up now. And Dick is 0 for 2. He does have an RBI. Struck out his last time up. Not this time, folks. He squares it up. And that ball is hit into the gap in right field. The only thing is, I'm pretty sure the Braves are going to end up intentionally walking Clemente. They'll set up the double play and bring Smokey up. A ground ball will get the job done with Smokey's speed, I believe. So that's going to be the second intentional walk of Clemente today. He singled his last time up. And that brings up Smokey. Burgess is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. And that's just what the Braves wanted, was a ground ball back to the mound. Sorry, no, that's not. That's a hit by pitch. Looked at the wrong chart. Bases are juiced now. Yo, Smokey gets hit by pitch. Pirates ain't too happy about that, but that sure wasn't done on purpose. You don't intentionally walk Clemente and then hit Smokey. All right. Again, they're still looking for the double play playing back with the speed on the pads. Here's the pitch to Don. He's 0 for 2. And he's not 0 for 2 anymore because he squares this up. He's going to bust this game open, folks. That's going to be a double in the left field. And that's going to score 2 as Smokey stops down at third rather. So now we got second and third and still only 1 out. And the Pirates are up by 4. That'll force the Braves to bring the infield in. Carl get out of this mess here with only 2 runs scoring. Mazeroski 0 for 2. And not anymore either. He squares it up. And that ball is hit high. That ball is hit far. That ball is going. Hank Aaron looks up, watches it sail into the trees out there in center field, and all of a sudden it's 7-0, folks. And that'll be it for Burrow. It's hammered here in the 6th. See who the Braves are going to bring in here. You got what, a righty, a lefty, and a righty due up. And let's see here. And Ron going to come in the game to pitch. And he'll be facing Earl Francis with nobody on, but the damage has been done in this inning, folks. Unbelievable is right, Tim. 2-0 game just got out of hand in a hurry. Francis is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Lee May makes the catch for out number 2. We're back to the top of the order, and Bill Vernon. Ron comes in. This is his 5th game of the year with an 8.59 ERA. Has no record on the year. Here's Bill Vernon 0 for 3 today. And he'll be 0 for 4. That's a fly ball out to Lee May. So he finally get out of the inning, but the Pirates score 5 and go up 7-0. Got the top of the order due up here for the Braves. They got to make some noise and scratch their way back in this. You got the 3 M's up: May, McMillan, and Matthews. Lee's 0 for 1, walked his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up down the line at third. Out in left field, Don makes the play. Hoke for out number 1. And that'll bring up Roy McMillan. He's flown out to center and to the right. And he swings and misses. Strike 3, Francis. He's wheeling and dealing today, folks. Keeping the Braves off the board. Here comes Matthews, 1 for 2. He's singled and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. That's going to be an E4 on Mazeroski. That gives the Braves some life here. Can Hank Aaron take advantage of this extra out? Hank's 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. The Braves will take that this time. And nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the short. He'll fire across the diamond over the first to get Aaron. And the Braves strand another one. We go to the top of the 7th. We got Grote, Skinner, and Stewart due up here. And Dick is 1 for 3 with a double. Came around the score, and that's going to be a double in the right field. Dick Grote having a good game, folks. He's standing down at second with a leadoff double. Pirates ain't done yet, they think. They're going to add to this. Bob Skinner's 2 for 3. He singled, doubled, stole a base, and came around the score, and he grounded out the third. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And Grote's going to stop at third with nobody out. Not going to test Aaron's arm. So we got first and third. Nobody out. The Braves got to bring the infield in. Can't afford to give up any more. Dick Stewart's 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. And that's going to be hit down the third. They're going to look the runner back to third. No, he's not. It's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout by Ron. Nice job. That brings up Clemente. And they're going to keep the infield in, and they're going to pitch to Clemente. He's 1 for 1. They've intentionally walked him twice, but I can't see walking the bases loaded. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Felix is coming home with it. They get Grote out at the plate. That's a big out. So now there's 2 outs, runners on first and second for Smokey Burgess. And Smokey's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and got hit by a pitch and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Matthews is up with it, fires down the second. The Braves get out of that mess with nobody scoring, folks. But it's still 7-0 as we go to the 7th inning stretch. You got Adcock, Thomas, and Torrey due up here. Hey, Sports Time Machine. Check out his great channel there, folks. And we got Joe Adcock up. He's 1 for 2, singled and grounded out the short. He's got to do something here, folks. But Francis isn't going to allow it, it looks like. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. That is the 4th strikeout of the game by Earl. Brings up Frank Thomas now. He's flown out the right, popped up the short. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. 2 up and 2 down. Braves cannot seem to figure Earl out today. Brings up Joe Torrey. He's 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice and flew out to Clemente. And that's going to be popped up behind home plate. The Braves go down in order. We make our way to the top of the 8th. Pittsburgh still dominating 7-0. Hoke, Mazeroski, and Francis due up here. Don's 1 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Ron's come in and did a good job here, keeping it at 7-0. Mazeroski's up now. He homered his last time up, folks. A 3-run shot. Here's the pitch to Bill. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Lee May's got room out there. Makes the catch. It's up to Earl to keep this 8th inning alive. He is 0 for 3 today. Struck out twice and flew out the right. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field, and Aaron misplays that, folks. That's an E8, and the pitcher's aboard with 2 outs. Hank Aaron makes a real misplay out there in center field. Looked a little lost out there. Brings up Bill Vernon. He's flown out the left twice, flown out the right, and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Matthews up with it, fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the eighth. We got the bottom part of the order due up here. We got the Cat, a pitch hitter for Ron, and back to the top of the order. Felix is 0 for 2 today. Can he get on board here and get something started? And no, that's a fly ball out to Skinner. One up and one down. So he's going to pitch it here for Ron. And it's going to be Al Spangler coming off the bench, trying to get something started. Braves only 3 hits on the day, folks. Have had a few chances with runners on early in the game, but couldn't get them across. Al's batting .333 on the year, folks, with no home runs and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. All of a sudden, Earl Francis is mowing them down. 5th strikeout now. Back to the top of the order, and Lee May. May has walked today. He's 0 for 2. And he's going to get a base hit, a 2-out hit here in the bottom of the 8th. Will that get the sparks flying and the Braves ignite a fire here? Here's Rory Mack. He's 0 for 3, flown out twice and struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, with 2 outs, the Braves are making some noise against Earl. They go out and talk to Earl with the 7-0 lead. He says he's fine. I'm like, okay, get this last out then. Here's Matthews. One swing of the bat, and he makes the game somewhat interesting. He singled, struck out, and reached on an error. And that's going to be the end of that inning. It's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente. The Braves strand 2. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 7-0 Pittsburgh. We got Grote, a righty, a lefty, and then 2 righties. Let's see who the Braves will bring in here now. And I think they're going to go with Moorhead. Going to come out the pitch. No, he's a lefty. Don't want Moorhead. I guess Tony will come out the pitch then. He'll be facing, like I say, Grote, Skinner, and then Stewart. Righty, lefty, righty combo. Needs to keep this a 7-run lead. Pun intended here. Grote's 2 for 4. 2 doubles on the game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Nothing's going the Braves' way. That's an E6. Max screws the pooch. That brings up Bob Skinner, the Mule Skinner. And he's 3 for 4 with a double and a stolen base. Here's the pitch to Bob. A ground ball would be nice in a double play. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Frank Thomas, out number 1. Here comes Dick Stewart. Like I say, Grote and Stewart don't have much speed. A ground ball would be much appreciated if you're a Braves fan. And that is going to be a ground ball down the short. Max up with it. Fires over the Cat, over the Adcock. That's a tailor-made double play. And the Braves get out of the 9th with nobody scoring. And they have a miracle here against Francis, Aaron, Adcock, and Thomas. Well, Earl's pitching a shutout here, folks. Can he get it? He's pitched 8 innings, 4 hit balls, struck out 5, and only walked 2. Here's Aaron, 1 for 3 with a double. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. And that's going to be a base on balls after just saying he only had 2 walks. I jinxed him. He just walked his 3rd batter with a 7-run lead. Brings up Joe Adcock now. Pirates looking for a double play, maybe the double up Joe. He's 1 for 3, singled, grounded out, and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente for out number 1. And that brings up Mr. Thomas. Frank keep the hit parade going here with Aaron at first. He's 0 for 3. And he does. He drives that ball in the right field with Matthew's speed. He'll get down the 3rd easy. So we got 1st and 3rd now with 1 out. Braves at least trying to get on the board here. Not get shut out. That brings up Joe Torre. Like I say, not having a good year at all, folks. Only batting 240. He's 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And that's not going to be deep enough to get Aaron in. So now there's 2 outs. The Braves down to the last batter. And it is the Cat. Can the Cat come through here, folks? Needs a 2-out base hit. He's 0 for 3. And he does come through with a hit. How about that, folks? The Braves aren't going to get shut out. And that's going to be a double in the center field. And that's going to score everybody. How about those doggies? So now it's 7-2. Yeah, exactly. Big clue. Yep. So the Cat with a 2-out double here. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Tony. See, he's going to come off the bench. It's going to be Mac the Knife Jones. They're going to let Francis out there. He's still got a 5-run lead. Try to get the complete game. Or not. Let's see here. Let's see who they got in the bullpen that's a lefty. The pitch to Mac the Knife. They got a deep bullpen with the September call-up. They might go with a lefty here. And I think they may just do that. Take a look here. They might bring in Alvin. See if Alvin can get him out of trouble instead of starting trouble. Let's see here. That's who they're going to go with. They're going to go with Alvin Jackson. The pitch to the lefty. And the Braves are going to keep Mac in there and let him take a shot here against Jackson. Mac had a great year for me. Big clue. Batting 279 with no home runs and 6 RBIs and limited amount of at bats for the Braves. So yeah, I'm pleased with him. I hear you, Big Clue. Going to the doctor's, eating all the bad food today before he tells you to stop, huh? Can Mac Jones keep this inning going, folks? The Braves have scored 2, made it 7-2. And now we'll talk about Jackson here. He's only pitched a third of an inning, folks. Hasn't given up any runs. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be a runner down at second. Get the right chart out here. And that's going to be an error on Mr. Skinner, and a run's going to score, folks. So how about that? And all of a sudden, the Braves are making some noise here, folks. And Jones will be down at first with 2 outs now, and we got the top of the order due up in Lee May, another lefty. So Jackson's going to stay in the game. That wasn't his fault. They should be out of this game. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-run game. May's 1 for 3. He walked, popped up twice, and then singled. Can he get another one? Eating a corn dog. And that's going to end the game, folks. That's going to be popped up. Now that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jackson strikes Lee May out. The Braves make some noise in the ninth. It's 7-3. That's their first loss in a while. I think they had a 6-game winning streak going. Let's take a look at the box score here. Oh, cool. Braves won it all in Big Clue 63 replay. Now you're using Action PC, right, Big Clue, or did you switch over to Out of the Park? MLB's doing a Mets year. Started in 62, making their own GM decisions, seeing if they can get the Mets in better shape. Oh, you switched over to Out of the Park also? All right, let's take a look here at the box score. It was all Pirates until the ninth. Pirates 7 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. And the Braves 3 runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors. The Braves didn't score a run and only had 3 hits going into the ninth. Grote and Skinner had good games, 2 for 5 and 3 for 5. Mazeroski 1 for 4 with that 3-run homer. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. MV said they didn't do as well for him in 63 as they did 62. He says he's going to do a video on it. The Pirates were 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. They only left 6 men on base, like I say. Braves, not much to talk about until that ninth inning. They were 2 for 6. Nobody had a multiple hit game. You had Aaron and Montelia with doubles. Yeah, I bet pitching killed you, huh? So Earl Francis picks up his 3rd win. He's 3-7. Went 8 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Should have had a shutout. Oh yeah, you've already got 65 done. Darn. Oh, Carl, he goes 5 1/3 and picks up his 6th loss. Goes to 13-6, 7 hits, 7 runs. Gave up 6. What was it? 5 of those all in the 6th inning. The wheels just came off. Couldn't get out of that 6th inning. Was pitching a darn good game up until then. Walked 2, struck out 6. Like I say, gave up the home run to Maz. Ron comes in, does a heck of a job. 2 2/3, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Tony comes in, shuts them down in the ninth, and gave them a fighting chance, but they came up short. Let's take a look here in the National League. We got, 3 games in the National League? We got the Fighting Phils taking on the Cubbies in Chicago. And the Phillies scored 9 on 13 hits and no errors to win this game. Hey, Legends, you getting ready to do a game shortly here, bud? Cubbies 6 runs on 7 hits and an error. And then we got the Cardinals traveling to Cincinnati, Ohio. The Reds need to win. They can pick up a game here on the Braves. And the Reds come up big. Let's see what the star. Post hit an inside the park home run, folks. We'll take a look at the box score here. See what inning he hit this inside the parker. Let's take a look. Mr. Post put on the Jetson inside the park home run. And that was in the 7th inning, a grand slam inside the park home run. Okay, doing a game at 9 p.m. tonight. Gotcha. Grand slam inside the park home run. Ain't that something? How many home runs was there? And then you had Frank Robinson with a home run in the 8th. Sure. And they won it in the 10th. Won it in the 10th. The 10th inning started off with a fly out and a double, a single, and an error. That's funny. I like it, Legends. I like it. Late to the meeting because he was finishing up the game. Yeah. Look at that. The Reds top of the order did some damage there, didn't they? 3 for 6, 3 for 6, 2 for 6, 2 for 4. Oh. And now you got the Dodgers traveling to San Francisco to take on the Giants. Can Drysdale beat Juan Marichal and the Giants to keep the Giants 6 games back? Ray's looking for some help. Yeah, that's right. That is a good advantage, ain't it? And the Dodgers help out the Braves. How about this? The Dodgers have been doing a good job against the Giants for the Braves. The Dodgers 8 runs on 14 hits and no errors. The Giants 3 runs on 10 hits and an error. These Braves are trying to make me believe they're going to win it, folks. I keep saying the Giants was going to get them, but they keep on losing here. Let's take a look at the standings after September 9th. The Giants are only 4-6 in their last 10 games. The Braves are 7-3. Giants stay 6 games back. The stream ends abruptly, huh? The Reds pick up a game or 10.5 games back. They won 4 in a row, 7 out of their last 10. They were early. Good way of putting it. Good way of putting it, Tim. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And the Cardinals are 18 games back. They're on a 4-game losing streak to the Reds mainly. Cubbies are 19.5 games back along with the Dodgers. Pirates are 22 games back. And the Fighting Phils have been eliminated, 36.5 games back. And I believe the Pirates were eliminated too. I think the Dodgers and the Cubbies are still in it. Let's check. I know the Pirates and the Phils have been eliminated. Yeah, the Dodgers have been eliminated. And I think the Cubbies have been too. Let's check here. Yep. The Cubbies have been eliminated. And let's see, the Cardinals might even be eliminated. It might be a 3-horse race. Yep, and the Cardinals have been eliminated, folks. So it's a 3-horse race. The Reds, Giants, and Braves coming down the stretch. Coming down the stretch. Who's going to win it? I keep saying it's going to be the Giants, but the Braves have been getting some help. The Braves play the Giants 6 times. They got a terrible record. Let's look at the record against the Giants. It's not good. It's not good against the G-men. That's what worries me. Matter of fact, the last 3 games are against the Giants and Milwaukee. So let's see here. Milwaukee against San Francisco. They're only 5-11 against the G-men. That's what worries me. So let's see if they do that. 5-11 with 6 games. How many wins would they get? That would only be 2 wins. So yeah, like I say, got me a little worried. I like to have a 6 or 7 game league going into that 3-game series. Let's see when they play the Giants coming up here. I think they play the Dodgers before they play the Giants. They got 1 more game against Pittsburgh, 2 against the Cardinals, and 1 against the Reds, and 3 against the Giants. Yeah, you're right, Tim D. Like I say, that Giants batting order is a killer. So, like I say, that 1 game against the Reds, too, that could be critical. I think the Braves are only like playing 500 against the Reds. I'll give them credit. They've beaten up on the Phillies and the Cubbies and the Pirates here. So they took 3 out of 3 against the Cubbies. They swept the Phillies, and now they've taken 1 out of 2, so they can get 3 out of 2. At least they're beating the bottom feeders. Yeah, it should be a fun race, Legends. I keep saying it because I don't want to jinx it, but I think the American League's over. I think the magic number for the Yankees is 9. Let's take a look here. But I don't want to jinx it. Anything's possible. Let's see here. Like I say, I think the magic number is 9. And it's a 3-horse race. I think everybody's been eliminated but Baltimore and the Tigers. Yeah, magic number to eliminate the Tigers is 9. And for the Orioles is 6. So let's see here. I think the White Sox are still technically, they are magic number for the White Sox is 1. So it is a 4-team race right now, but only 1 game for the White Sox. They need the Yankees to lose every game. So, like I say, I think the American League pennant's over, but I don't want to jinx them. Don't want to jinx them. They got 7 games coming up. I didn't want to do that. They got 7 games coming up against the Tigers. So let's take a look at that. But the only difference is they played the Tigers well. They've actually beaten up on the Tigers. If I remember right, we'll go back and check. I think they're like 5 and 5-11. I think they are something like that against the Tigers. So the Yankees have played the Tigers tough. So we got a doubleheader against the Indians, and then we go to Chicago for 3 games, and then on to Detroit for 4 games. So they can keep that lead at double digits going into Detroit. I'd be pretty darn happy. They got a tough schedule coming up. They got 13 games on the road. They haven't played well against the White Sox either. The Yankees haven't. And same with the Orioles. They're about like 500 against the White Sox and 500 against the Orioles. So like I say, that's why I don't say it's over yet. Let's take a look at the records against everybody. So the Yankees they're 11-3 against the Tigers. So like I say, that makes you feel pretty good. But then against the Orioles, they're only 7-6. Against even the Red Sox, they're only 8-5, and they're 8-7 against the White Sox. So anything could happen there. These three teams could play spoiler, that for sure. But if they can maintain the 10-game lead going into Detroit, even if they split, I think the Tigers got a sweep in that 4-game series to have even a remote chance. Got a sweep. They definitely got to get that down to 5 or 6 games coming out of Detroit to put the pressure on the Yanks. Like I say, we'll see. It should be interesting. Looking forward to it. What's coming up? Well, I think we got those 2 games against the Indians. We'll probably do them here in a bit. What is it? It's only 3:30. So if Legends is not coming on until 9 o'clock, maybe we'll do both of those games of that doubleheader coming up here in the afternoon here. You got Latman against Whitey and Perry against Daly. So, and who's the Tigers got? And the Tigers have got 1 game against Boston. They've got Boston's number. Boston hasn't helped the Yankees out much, that's for sure. All righty, folks. Well, I'll get off here, maybe set up this doubleheader and be back on. I want to thank Legend Sports Universe. Look for his game at 9 o'clock this evening. Tim D. Big Clue was in the house. I believe that was everybody. Oh, Sports Time Machine. Check out his great channel. Oh, you're welcome, Legends. Like I say, if you're not back on here when I get on, I'll see you tonight at 9. Oh, you're welcome, Tim D. Like I say, catch everybody here in a few. Like I say, we'll have this doubleheader coming up. Till then, y'all take care.